Hello everybody. As always, my name is Cold Warp Gates, and we're here together to experience more StarCraft, more CPL. We are in week 6, which is kind of unbelievable. We're back to rematches, so gonna be lots of drama going on as people try to avenge themselves for their defeats in week 1. Today we're gonna watch, as you can see, Team G.O.S.U against Team Let Us Attack here. Tier 2. A lot of regulars. I say this a lot. I guess there's just a lot of regulars in CPL now. But as you can see, these names, a lot of recognizable people. A lot of people that we've seen in this stream before. And that's always exciting. So we're going to get started here with the first series between Inteon and FakePromise. That's going to be a ZVZ, which is always exciting. And this is the wrong map. I've been sitting on this screen for a while, and I just realized it's the wrong map. So as usual, we're going to play the games in the right map order and assume that there was a problem with that. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Great start. Great start. Okay, here we go. Into the real game 1 on Butter. Oh, the series score. Oh, God. What have I done? Hold on, guys. Left over from last time. There we go. All right, 0-0. The way that it's supposed to start. Here we go. In the top right of Butter is the purple Zerg player Nam FakePromise fighting for Let Us Attack. And at the bottom right, the yellow Zerg Inteon. This, I guess, is like some new evolution of Eevee. The Zerg type, I guess. FakePromise, is that just a lie? Like, why are you so fancy about it? Just call yourself Lie. Okay. So we're gonna be in a ZVZ here. I mentioned this a lot. Like, I like 2-player maps for ZVZ just because it's fair, right? Like, both players are gonna get the first scout off here. Yeah, I feel like it just sucks when one player gets, like, several minutes of scouting information that their opponent cannot match. Having said that, it seems like FakePromise is headed to the natural with this Overlord. I don't know if that's intentional. I don't know if, like... I don't know what the deal with that is. I feel like you could probably figure out what's going on in the main, even if it is an expansion. And if there is no expansion, you're just going to get there and see nothing. Or if there is no expansion, you'll see nothing, and it'll take you longer to check the main. Have a pull here with an extractor trick for FakePromise. Meanwhile, Inteon just getting that gas. So it looks like a 9 pull speed here from Inteon. FakePromise seems to be getting, I don't know, what is this, 9 pull, 10 hatch? Or is this overhatch? Is that what we're going to call this? No, the Lings actually bite into that money a little bit. Meanwhile, Inteon starts buying that gas right away, already almost at 100. Is it going to be fast layer or fast speed? The Overlord is not quite in the main. The natural of FakePromise has started. The players made 6 Lings, not any potential to get run over just yet. It is going to be the layer before speed, so there's going to be some very, very fast mutas. This is something that we see a lot in ZVZ. Where one player gets a larva advantage, the other player gets a tech advantage. And then the larva player has to get something done before the tech player can make use of their tech. Now, I'm a little worried here because we don't even have a gas from FakePromise, and there's only so much that you can do with just pure minerals, right? Like, even if it wasn't this fast lair build, like SpeedLinks absolutely clown on slow links. So it's a really scary position. There we go. We do have this gas started for FakePromise. The lair is just about done for Inteon. You can see with this small choke here, even if it is flat, it's pretty easy for Inteon to defend here, unless FakePromise comes out with a lot of extra links. We have actually, so we have the Spire and the Sunk here coming out for Inteon, as well as an Evolution Chamber here from FakePromise. So I'm worried about the placement of these buildings. You know, we've seen a lot of DBZ games where Spire, especially if it's out of position, will just get absolutely sniped. There's a lot of subtle things you can do with SimCity in this matchup. You know, put the Sunken somewhere where the drones can drill it. Put the Spire here where there's less surface area, something like that. I'm looking at this. Are there only 2 guys in gas? I don't know. I mean, it seems bad, but like also you only have 3 larvae anyways. I don't know what the math on that is. I want to know what the plan is here from FakePromise. Getting a lot of gas. Seems like we're just getting... Oh, boy. Okay, here we go. We're getting Hydras. And I've already mentioned SimCity once, but I'm definitely worried about the position of this Hydra Den. Like, this Spore is going to cover a good chunk of the mineral line and the pool and the Evo chamber. I guess we're going to need like a Spore here to defend the gas in the Hydra Den. But this FakePromise isn't even trying to fight Inteon on the ground, just runs home. Meanwhile, the first Muta has hatched. This Overlord's days are numbered. Now, is there enough here from FakePromise to defend this natural? I'm not sure there is. There's no sunks or anything. Oh, we had just barely the first Hydra spawning, but there's going to be a big lead of Lings here for Inteon. Hydras are going to get destroyed here. The drones are falling. FakePromise was ahead. Is now down 1 drone. By the way, thank you for the follow, FA. Good to have you on. Hydra trying to micro his heart out. Does not quite make it. So now it's going to be... Oh, it's not going to be 1 base to 1 base. It is 1 base dead. FakePromise taps out. And it wasn't even the Muta's deck that closed the game out. Just a big wave of Lings there. Now we can get back into that polypoid game that we started with by accident. As soon as I update this. The victory for Inteon. There we go. Okay. Oh, we got a raid from Kazuiii. Another CPL player that we've seen on the stream a few times. Good to have you. Thanks for showing up, guys. Here we go. In the top right of Polypoid, in the pink Zerg, it's FakePromise. In the kind of sad gray color, in the bottom left, it's the victor from the previous game, Inteon. Okay, we're going to use red and blue because it's a bit more different. So, I mentioned the whole like fairness with scouting thing. On a 4-player map, there are there can be situations where one player scouts correctly and the other does not, and the first player gets a big advantage. Here, both players are going to scout incorrectly because, of course, they are cross positions. I don't know what kind of lunatic is going to scout cross with the Overlord in ZVZ. So we're looking like more macro-oriented builds from both players, getting their first Overlord before their spawning pool. is going to be an overpool from Inteon, which no, it was like a 9 pools. I don't know. I play Protoss. I don't understand Zerg build orders. This time it is going to be an over gas from FakePromise. Meanwhile, oh, and looking very similar here from Inteon. There's just one less drone somehow. Okay, seems like maybe the why we got a little confused here. But very similar looking openers. Like, I'm curious, like, do you ever drone scout in ZVZ? Because I don't really see it because it's so expensive when your drone count is so low. But like, players are gonna be in the dark for so long, and somehow FakePromise discovered that there was no Overlord in the top left. Like, or knew that Inteon was not in the top left and has redirected this Overlord, which could buy them a few extra seconds here. We have Inteon heading out with these Lings. Also somehow knows that it's cross spawns. Both players have some ESP going on here, but there's going to be plenty of Lings at home for FakePromise to defend. Ooh, so we have speed first for FakePromise, followed by an in-base hatchery. Meanwhile, another tech build from Inteon. So more or less the same thing from the Red Zerg here, and FakePromise is going for a safer version of what they did last time, but also seems like a more aggressive version, because I don't think we're going to get into like the 2-base turtle into Hydras. I think this is just a big Ling Flood build, especially given that we've stopped mining gas after starting that speed, which is now done even. And with speed being done, these Lings of FakePromise are going to cross the map. Oh, we get a bunch of free hits off on the Lings of Inteon. So much value, and that's going to be really scary for the Zerg down here. Again, the Spire and the Creep Colony are like kind of out here in the middle of nowhere in this base, and that could make a big difference in this game with all these speedlings bearing down on the Zerg from Team GOSU. Sunk still has to finish here. The Lings of FakePromise are just now being rallied on the map, it seems, that with the spawning reinforcements of Inteon. They'll get to live another day. The Spire is almost done. It's going to be the end of FakePromise's window to be aggressive in this game for a long time if it gets up. Oh, we even have a third hatchery coming out. Okay, so there's no development coming. It's going to be pure Ling Flood. Like, we could get to a point where, like, there's so many Lings from FakePromise that the Mutalisks can't afford to go kill them. They just have to stay home and defend the Lings. We have a second sunken here, though, and that might be enough to turtle. Like, I think with the first wave of Lings being lost, Inteon could just be safe here. First meters are popping out. Once again, the scouting overlord is going to get cleaned up here. Quite a few Lings coming out of the blue Zerg here. Not so many on the ground for Inteon. And here comes FakePromise. Gets the first sunk bit of traffic jam here, but also gets the Lings of Inteon. Oh, actually does not get the first leg. The Mutas are actually doing so much damage right now. The Lings of FakePromise are a bit scattered, as you can see on the map. I think that with the second sunk, I think that's going to be enough here. You can see that Inteon does not want to cross the map. Right, like, wants to stay home and keep Lings from ending the game. FakePromise is trying to go into a longer game here, but it's going to be really rough. There is 4 hatcheries for 5 drones. Right? Like, this is going to be pretty hard. But if you don't get this natural, you'll, like, the muta player will just outnumber you, right? And now the mutas are going across the map. They catch these lings from FakePromise. We're going to head back here. We have another sunk being built. This one also to protect the spire. We might get this sunk, but the defenders of Inteon will clean it up. So the sunk actually does survive. Tried to buy time for FakePromise to get something going here, but there's no defenses in this natural. Like, we had to make like at least a sunk and a spore here, and that'd still be a very thin defense. But Inteon doesn't want to go try to end the game right now. Trying to just build that lead, and that actually is going to let FakePromise get back ahead in the drone count. Just the threat of the constant ling pressure is enough to keep Inteon on edge. But look at the supply here. FakePromise half the supply of their opponent. These mutas are just building up. There's no reason to dive in with a small number of mutas. You can build up to a more critical mass here. And now this undefended natural under attack, and I don't think FakePromise can save it. I mean, there's no mobile anti-air at all. Gonna cut down the drone count considerably there. There are 2 spores here to protect the main base, and lots of lings being made. Trying to counterattack here, but the mutas are already getting in the path of these lings as they leave the base. Meanwhile, the expansion is done for Inteon. These 2 sunks in the main won't help protect the natural, but seems like Inteon is going to build up an advantage over time here. And these ling run bys are not going to swing it, I expect. Oh, but you know what? This hatchery actually did not die. I mean, those drones did get wiped out, but the lings have forced the mutas back. So you can see that FakePromise does have some kind of response to all of these units. It's just making work. How does this drone count keep getting up so high? What is going on here? I just keep counting FakePromise out, and then there's just more drones than I would have ever expected. And Mita's taking the long way around, making sure to check for bases. And I've said it before, it's such a good way to play when you're ahead, is try to figure out the ways that you could lose and prevent them, right? So one way you could lose is if there was a hidden base. When you're ahead, in general, it's just good to check your bases. Inteon does not want to fight these spores yet, but again, there's nothing here in the natural. Just gonna sit here and poke away at the hatchery. By the way, I just noticed that this is an X. And it got like little like eyes, like a skull and a crossbow. I've never seen that. Oh god, no, the Hydras are back. But they're not going to be given the time to build up to that critical mass. I feel like we see a lot of like, especially this season, I think a Lightswarm, who's in the chat now, I think has been spreading the Hydra ZVZ, but this is a game where it's not going to work out. FakePromise does GG, waits for Inteon to say GG, and then taps out. And that's going to be our first series of the day, going in favor of Inteon and Team GOSU. did the wrong thing last time. Forgot how to use my own overlays, guys. So actually it is on the right thing now. Now we're going to head into the second series, a TVP here between Kimura and Worst. I don't know. Kimura? I'm going to say Kimura. Back into Butter. The correct first map this time. Alright, here we go. In the top right of Butter, in the brown Protoss for Team Lettuce Attack, it's Worst. And the bottom right, in the blue Terran, it's Kimura. I think Kimura has been in the CPL before. Did rejoin about halfway through this season, I think, if I remember what I read in Discord correctly. Worst I know I've seen around before. So, Butter, I've recently decided that I hate it. Or at least I hate playing on it. This is probably me whining, but like, can we? How do I open the diplomacy tab? By the way, does anybody remember? I want to get to the point where I reveal the whole map. Oh well, we'll see it. But anyway, like in front of the naturals of both players, there's that big, wide open area, and I kind of feel like that's the only place that I can fight a Terran army, because all the rest of the paths are so narrow. That makes it hard to deal with Terran pushes. At least that's my experience. Anyway, in this game, looks like a normal opening out of Worst so far. Kimura opting to go for the wall off here. Seems like a safe choice. Players have very standard openings so far. Probe is going to get here and be very sad. I guess Light Swarm, it was, there were Hydras in both games, but Inteon did a good job of handling it, not letting them get out of control. Now, at the wall here, the probe does manage to get some damage done on the SCV, but the bounces aren't too unlucky for Terran. So, of course, coming up for the Protoss. That even making use of the building lift. God tier Terran play right now. We only have one guy in gas, so probably not going to be any kind of 2-fac or tech build. Probably just going to be a 1-factory expansion here. I assume we're going to see an expansion maybe after 2 or 3 Dragoons from Worst. Oh, look at the timing on that. Got there perfectly to keep the SCV out of the base. But it does have time to figure out that there's no Nexus just yet. This is about the earliest time that you would expect a Nexus, other than like 12 Nexus, obviously. But it's not going to be like 23 Nexus. It's going to be something with DTs. We're up to 2 gateways here. And this, you know, we might be about to see the reason that Terrans all hate this matchup. Although I think Kimura has a decent chance of figuring it out. all of these goons are on the map right now, and that's going to let this vulture run by, and it's going to head straight to the Protoss base. It's going to see that there's no Nexus just yet. This is about the last time that you would want to get a Nexus as Protoss. We're going for like 28 next. But the vulture gets in here, sees the Citadel, sees 2 gateways, sees that there's no expansion. And it's going to get some free pot shots on this vulture, but I love this pylon here. Keeps the vulture from being able to run behind the middle line and be super annoying. It looks like there was some action at the bunker. There were 2 goons on the map. I hope that one of them didn't just die at the bunker. That'd be really unfortunate. Oh, can you guys hear the traffic outside my window? I could probably close my windows, but it's a nice day out. Sorry about that, guys. I haven't figured out all the sensitivity issues with this new mic. So yeah, Superman points out there's just vultures in my neighborhood, just honking at me all the time. Kazuiii is completely prepared for any DT shenanigans, turret and mines. I mean, I guess there's probably a chance that like goons could take out all the mines by suiciding, and then DTs run and kill a turret really quickly. I think I have seen stuff like that happen, but of course it looks like GO.S.U has abandoned the DT plan. Just going up to that robo, getting a forge. Not sure if this is for fast upgrades or what. You don't get the forge until like your 3rd base, or until you see drops. That could be one way to make this a bit faster. We'll go a bit smoother for the Protoss player here. Now in the Terran base, I like this. So Kazuiii is worried that there could be DTs. You really don't want to attack a Protoss who has DTs until you have some kind of bubble detection. So if you know that you can't attack and you can't really be on the map for a while, just get these 2 factories with machine shops, build up that tank count, so that when you are able to move out, your army is that much stronger. I think that's a nice play here from the Terran. Meanwhile, GO.S.U has that expansion up, getting that observatory and more gateways, transitioning into a more normal-looking game here. Scoon freaking out, just find his place. We got the scanners are coming up, or one of them's coming up anyway. What does Kazuiii scan first? Scans the main. It's gonna see the robo. It does actually manage to see the observer coming out. Starting to add on some more factories here. These goons are just hanging out. They haven't really tried the pressure. I'm kind of worried about how clumped they are. Like if Kazuiii like leapfrogs out of their base, you might get some sick value shots on these goons. You want them like a bit more spread out, just to avoid taking any big damage. I think we have Zealot speed done. Yes. All right. So GO.S.U definitely wants to fight here. Waiting for Kazuiii to make some kind of mistake with the positioning of these tanks. Maybe get a little bit too close to these mines. Wait, not Zealot? Oh my god. I thought the Zealots had speed? What is wrong with me? This. Oh man. Oof. Zealot speed is currently being upgraded. 3rd base is coming up. I have had some disagreements with some coaches on my team about where Protoss should take their 3rd, because like this one is so open to vultures, right? Like 2 wide entrances, but then this one is like expanding towards the Terrans, so even though you can wall it off with like just a handful of pylons, if there's tanks here, it's really hard to break. Which is another reason that I don't like this map anymore. Alright, and Kimura is getting ready to move out here. The scan's ready in case there are any VTs. Oh, and we're trying to pounce on the army, but the Zealots get a bit stuck behind the goons. Is it good enough anyway? These mines actually somehow don't go off on anything, but a nice trade here for the Protoss. I think you do want to back off as soon as all of the Zealots are dead. Oh, the mine's finally paying off here for Terran. Chasing down the last of these goons. So it looked like a good fight for Protoss at the start there, but Terran pulled it out in the end. And now these vultures are heading for the Protoss base. And there's only Zealots here to defend. Well, unfortunately, there are 3 cannons here at the third. No probes besides, so no damage to be done there. And several tanks were killed, so Kimura's ability to just push and kill the Protoss has been hurt for a little bit. So Kimura is going to get this third command center. Scans the main again to get an idea of the check and gateway count. It looks like it's going to be Psystorm here from Worst. It was popular for a while ago, Storm. I like instead of carriers or arbiters. I feel like it's fallen off a lot lately, but I've definitely seen it get some disgusting value. It looks like Kimura is moving out into this flat area outside the natural. By controlling this, like this, if Terran can lock down this area, it feels so good for them. Because like to attack into it, like the Protoss has to go through like these choke points. Terran can protect like this base and this base. It seems pretty good. And then like when Terran does push out, like where is Protoss supposed to fight them, right? Like everywhere is pretty narrow. So pretty much like Protoss has to fight them here or here. That's what I feel like. That's what I've been struggling with in my own games lately. We do finally have one of the Cape Boys coming out. It can try to cross the map and actually does manage to dodge these mines here in the middle. Could potentially make it into this base, but we're going to have to dodge a few more mines to get in there. Seems like there was a mine drag as soon as I looked away here. We're starting to add on those factories. Looks like they forgot to land the command center, which is going to be unfortunate. All these SCVs are going to take a long trip out of this third base. We're continuing to macro up here, make some more gateway units. Getting a second forge really wants to focus on these upgrades. There we go, the command center is fixed. Gonna let that mining proceed in an efficient manner here for Kimura. Meanwhile, these vultures are thinking about attacking this third base. Observers from Worst are looking all over the map trying to find something to do. Do these cannons actually protect these probes? I think so, yeah. 4 cannons is a lot. And we have the army of Worst trying to make it around the map here, trying to take a sneaky route. Does still get caught by these vultures and mines. Now there's no wall off here at this third base yet. But a lot of the zealots are done, so there's gonna be goons trying to get up a ramp, and you all know how that goes. And with these tanks getting here at the last minute, I think Worst is wise to retreat from that. And Worst is going to head home, try to regroup here. Get some more zealots to help break into these Terran positions. Terran is on 1-0, getting 2-1. I believe it's the same for Protoss. Okay, so Protoss is working on the +3 attack, which is nice. We do have Arbiter Tech coming out, which is definitely going to be useful. You need like something to deal with these big Terran armies. I've been told that Arbiters are not so good on like 2-player maps like this that Terran can turtle so hard on, and I think we're seeing Kimura play like that. Like, it's a very hard to break Terran. Hasn't really made any big pushes. Try to do some harassment with vultures, but nothing too committed here. Oh my god, we have a scout. Why do we have scouts coming out? I hope this isn't just like a hotkey mistake. Like how these aren't just meant to be arbiters. I'm just curious, is it like, did Worst see that there's no Goliaths? It's like, aha, I'll get 2 scouts and kill them. Oh, there you go, the scouts are cancelled. We got these arbiters coming along, so I think that was just a mistake. Maybe Worst plays on like grid hotkeys or something. And there is going to be a 4th base coming up for the Protoss. Ooh, and a DT going to deny the 4th here. But Kimura is not too worried about that. Terran is maxed out and ahead of Protoss, and that's always a scary position to be in. And what is Worst going to do about that? This army is really Dragoon heavy. It's going to have a big problem dealing with all these tanks. It's going to be down to these storms. How good can they be here? There's a lot of Templar too. And so far, Worst has been able to keep them alive. They haven't been picked off by the vultures like all of my Templar are. I think I will close my windows after this game goes more traffic noises. But here we go. We have Worst moving in, trying to break this Terran push, but the Zealots are too clumped up at the top. They mostly get wiped out. There we go. We have one decent storm. Ooh, some more storms on these really, really clumped up tanks. A lot of damage going down. Look at that. So many tanks died, but the real deal is that the entire Protoss army is dead. Now, will Worst be able to rebuild quickly enough? I don't think so. There's just not that many gateways. Like, it's hard on this map to actually fit all the gateways that you need in here. Where it's not really forcing the push just yet. Oh no, taking a wander into these cannons. Just 5 tanks left in the push for now, but we have some reinforcements heading out. I don't think that Worst is going to be able to re-macro in time. We do see some more gateways coming up. You still have this 4th blocked by this DT while the Protoss 4th is up, but unable to be transferred to just yet. This observer. It's a bad time. And that EMP hits? That looked like it wasn't even close to me. is going to reset the energy count on that Arbiter. These tanks effectively have wars locked into their natural. A few really dumb units are going to wander out there, like happens to me every game. Seems like that GT is dealt with here at the 4th base. And we even have a command center ready to go there. There's so many observers out on this map, but I don't know if this information is going to really help Wars here. I think this push is going to be pretty hard to stop. And this poor Protoss army has to cram itself into this tiny little space here, and the egg has still not been taken out. The 3rd is going to be put on a timer here. Tanks have been set up correctly this time. That probe just could not handle that cannon. There's a good amount of the probes here for Protoss, so Worst is going to have to make some kind of move to get out of here. Might be waiting for these two stasis casts on these 2 Arbiters here. See, Protoss is even working on those plasma shield upgrades. Oh god, the probes. They're just going back to mine. They're not even fighting. They're gonna get massacred here. Oh no. There's so many probes. Okay, backing up there. Kimura is just gonna slightly tighten this noose. Just leapfrog just a few inches forward each time. Space is here, but I wouldn't really want to make probes here either. Looks like Kimura might be aware of it, but not taking the easy way up the ramp. Worst does almost have a maxed out army here, but good luck trying to get this out of your own base. Alright, here comes Protoss. We're gonna see the sickest stasis cast of your life. No, it gets distracted by a turret. I hate Arbiters so much. Oh no, I think Worst is gonna get chewed up here going into the speed grinder. Oh, recalls a bunch of zealots in. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute, is Worst actually gonna break out here? Alright, but this is a really deep siege line, but where are the mines? Where is anything gonna keep this whole army off of these tanks? What is going on in this game right now? Oh my god. Guys, I think they were right. I think Protoss is just busted. Alright, but Terran is still up in supply. Ooh, a bunch of very unfortunate High Templar do get taken out. I think we have like a stasis. Yeah, we have a stasis. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I think maybe we could do it if we stasis like these 3 tanks. We had some reinforcing zealots, but the bank is pretty much run dry here for Worst. This base has to be saved, but no units are heading there just yet. All these probes are headed there. Those tanks are going to clean them up. You see where it's trying to break into the front yard of Terran. Oh no! Worst steps out. I think Kimura was going to win that one, but I think you at least like cast a stasis on this giant clump of tanks and like, give it a shot. But that is going to be our first game. Decided in favor of Kimura. I'm going to make that updated. I'm going to close my windows. Hopefully there's less traffic sound. I'm going to tell those vultures to get out of here. I'll be right back, guys. And I am back. Hopefully there's less street noise, and we're gonna get into. This is the same game. Hold on a minute. So they didn't play on butter twice. Hold on a minute. There we go. Going back to Polypoid. In the bottom right of Polypoid, in the pink Protoss, it's worst. Fighting from behind, and in the top left, it's the blue Terran Kimura. Alright, so Polypoid, a map that I personally, as a Protoss, feel more comfortable on than butter. But I could just be because I played it more. The last time we saw Kimura go for a very standard opening, get a scout off on the attempted DTs of worst, and then kind of just get ahead from there as worst. Just kind of behind in the economy. Where's worst going to go for this time? Now we have a very quick scout here off of the first pylon. And what is this going to be for? I'm kind of curious, like, is this just like a gamble to like try to steal the gas if you get the lucky first scout off? Well, it's not going to pay off this time. What's going on? The main base is looking very normal so far. Alright, just get that gas up. Wait to see what the tech choices are from these players. Yeah, it's digging. There's just not going to be any like super quick nexus. Alright. Cybercore started. Just want to get that gas mining. Probe gets in here just in time to be annoying to these SCVs, and then back out before a Marine pops out. Ooh, but this probe is hanging out here. Yeah, okay. So I think we're probably going to see DTs come out of this proxy. Could be a robo. I mean, it could be like a scout, right? Like we did see scouts get started in the previous game. I've always wondered, like, could you make proxy scout work? Like, what if the Terran is like super greedy and doesn't, you know, like they get like 2 Marines, right? And that's their only anti-air. Like, would that even be good? I think at that point you could still like repair an SCV faster than a scout could kill it. But it's not going to be a proxy Stargate. It is going to be a gateway and a Citadel of Doom. So these DTs are going to try to get in here as fast as possible. Goon is going to be able to block. In the first game, we saw worse Goons be out on the map and allow a vulture to run by. So this is a nice adaptation here for the ProToss player. Well, I think Kimura is going to be suspicious here. Oh, oh my god, I thought the SP was going to get in. Let's get sniped. I think we do have range done by the look of it, so that might keep Kimura off the trail. But I think with this vulture doing the follow-up scout here, the alarm bells should definitely be going off. Yeah, we do have an eBay here, and it's even in the wall of the natural. So I'm going to serve two purposes here. Nice safe play from the Terran player. Worst tries to track down this vulture, but it does manage to see that there's no natural yet. Thank you for the follow, Sonny. Good to have you. Yeah, oh my god. Look at this. This is, you know what? This is the kind of Terran stuff that I hate to see it in my own game, but like it's good, right? Like I think this is what Terran players should be doing when they know that ProToss is doing something. Like it's okay to defend a lot rather than like I'm gonna put one turret like out here where it can get picked off, or like I'm gonna put the turret over here and then just watch the DTs run by into my main. There's even mines here. I don't know, I think these ZTs are going to have a bad time here. Oh my god, the goon's even wandering into the mines. That one just doesn't take any damage for some reason. Sick. Does manage to have this DT avoid running into the mines, and we're following it up with a robo. Oh my god, we are committed to this. Alright, so there is only one turret in each base, right? So like, if there's a shuttle, I mean, it could fly right back here and get into the main, and then maybe like 2 or 3 DTs kill this turret. Oh, not so lucky with this goon. Well, I guess pretty lucky. He gets away with 1 HP. Well, range is now just start. Dude, I have no idea what my own G.O.S.U. Like, I thought that the Zealots in the first game had speed when they didn't. I thought these goons had range when they didn't. I have no idea what's going on. And I love it. We are seeing the shuttle. There's no mines in the main, although we do have all these 3 vultures here. But there's a chance. There's a chance that these DTs get in here and do a ton of damage. There's even going to be 4 DTs when the shell comes out. Oh my god, this is peak ProToss right now. Alright. Hope this doesn't just wander into one turret and die. Alright, where's this still not expanded, by the way? Oh, drops 2 of the DTs in the natural. And even if they are in vision, it's going to take a lot of the attention of the Terran player. And here we go, these 2 more drop in the main. There's DTs in both mineral lines. The natural is evacuated, but these 2 DTs actually can just straight up fight that tank. Oh, but they get cleaned up. And this turret, oh, the turret in the main does go down. There's no scanners. There's no mines. Where did those vultures go? I think they were at the front of the ProToss. Oh my god, is ProToss going to do it? It's amazing. The scanners are going up. Turrets are trying to be built here in the back of the base where the DJs hopefully won't notice. Oh man, this mine could do some sick damage with the drag. It does! It gets a tank! The DT denies the turret. Oh my god, what is happening in this game right now? I think the scans are going to come online and be the end of these DTs, but they've already done way more damage than I expected. That was pretty sick, and ProToss is actually ahead on workers. Getting that second Nexus, but oh my god, there's 4 gateways on the map. Just getting goons. Are we gonna get observers out of this? Like, oh my god. So the game is going to stabilize. Terran does have the weapon production from the 2 command centers online already. Oh, I forgot the shuttle was even still here. Turret just cleans it up in case there's like 8 DTs hiding in there. Where scans Protoss to see what's up. Still has no idea about this whole base out here. Oh, we are getting an observatory. So the observers are going to come out right here. Don't think they're going to have too much chance to get in the base of Chimera, given these turrets. I mean, I guess they'll be able to get here and like see the factory count. I think Chimera is actually gearing up to take this third base, which is pretty bold given how many DTs have been in this game already. And, like, do you even need to take a third base when Protoss is like just now getting their natural? I don't know, but we're just gonna go for it. I mean, this is gonna be an extension here. Like, we do have these gateways here coming out with units. We have the speed upgrade for Zealots almost done. Is a big army here from Chimera, though. Up on this high ground. Starting the 3rd command center on location. We canceled something. I didn't see what it was. 2 more gateways. I think Worst might be gearing up for an attempted bust. I cannot believe that this is still here. It hasn't even been checked. Both players starting their attack upgrades. We're adding on the factories, and we do have a move out from Worst. Is there a second robot down here? No, the observer went all the way down from the proxy, joined the goons in the main, and then across the map with them so they wouldn't walk into any mines. More cells being added at this flank. I mean, this could be a nice pincer attack here at this third base. We saw Worst fight pretty well when escaping their own base earlier too in game 1. I like how Chimera has vultures at all these bases and not at their own 4th location. Like, amazing. We're scanning, trying to figure out what's going on here. But the tech is not here in the main, buddy. The tank is here. The tech is there. Ooh, so whether going for a flank here, trying to maybe group up, or just trying to clear out some mines here and make a better path for these zealots. I really want to see these zealots come down here and absolutely surprise Terran. I wonder what the trigger for this attack is going to be. It's going to be like when Chimera unsieges and moves out. We do have Storm coming again. We did see some big storms in that final battle. Kill a ton of tanks. Starport's coming up for Terran. Gonna get this science facility and unlock the further upgrades. Worst is just posturing around here, waiting for the opportunity to strike. But this is so many tanks. Some of these mines are too close. We could see some sick mine drags. Oh, okay. So vultures are gonna know that there's goons up there. I don't know if they saw like everything up there. Might have seen a few zealots maybe. Oh, Kazuiii is building this command center in anticipation of taking the 12 o'clock base. What are these goons really doing? They're so brave. No. Alright, here come the Zealots from the top, and these units from the bottom here. They're gonna get right on top of these tanks. A Mind Drag gets in there. Oh my god, this is happening again. These tanks are surrounded on both sides by this huge army from Worst. But the Zealots have been thinned out. It's only goons left. There's 3 tanks. They're now being defended by these vultures. Mine hits. Putting a lot of damage on these dudes. And I think Kazuiii is gonna hold. They're gonna come up here and mop up these goons, I think. And now what is gonna happen now? So Terran did win that fight, but their army count was heavily reset. One tank goes up the ramp, discovers exactly what the hell's going on up there. But Protoss, though, is down 30 workers. It's really committed to that attack. Kind of stopped tagging, doesn't have any more bases. I feel like Kazuiii is just going to run away with it now, with the 3 base economy and production. We're going to have vessels coming out soon. More factories being added. I kind of like the fact that Kazuiii is going to, like, still expanding, even though Protoss is on 2 bases. And now this command center has to move to a different base. Because they don't want to go up to the 12. Whereas it's just going to regroup for another attack, I think. I don't think there's any late game coming. I think this is it. We saw Storm being produced, but no Templar just yet. Now Kazuiii is being much more careful with the mine placement. Trying these tanks a little bit. Definitely does not want it to happen again. This command center, though, is just wandering out completely unprotected, entirely on its own. I love that these observers are heading from the proxy to the main base. It's so good. I think we're just going to sit here and wait for Worst to try to attack again. Kazuiii, I think, despite expanding so much, really does not want to attack. It's just hanging out. Does not want to accidentally throw the army away and lose this game. A lot of vultures here, and there's only like, okay, there are 2 flanks, but I think Terran is much better set up to defend this next wave. We got the DTs coming back. We got the Stargate. Assume 4 arbiters. A 5th command center, dude. What are you doing? Protoss on 2 bases. You don't need to expand anymore. But I guess you're like, well, I'm maxed out, and I have all this money. I might as well just keep building command centers. There's 1 DT mixed in here. Trying to force his way up this ramp. Zealots and DT getting absolutely baffled by the padding. So let's run down the right down the ramp, get that tank, start taking damage from mines, and some more vultures have been pulled over here. It's just the opportunity that Worst wants down here. Got 2 Templar ready. still trying to force their way up into this base to deal with this proxy and get this 5th command center landed. Still trying to come down here and get deleted by tanks. There's not even, like, mining happening at this 4th command center. Ooh, big unsiege here from Kimura. Not headed to that base. Probably scanned this army and wants to go deal with it. These tanks are really clumped, though. The mines are dangerously close. Oh, the cell's gonna do it again. Oh, they're so close, but the mine drags actually don't get off too well. Nice D-Matrix on that tank. Oh, it's on the brink of death, too. Storm, though, on this clump. That's the last storm, though, and with the tanks driving that and the arrival of these reinforcing vultures, this fight is over. We have units moving down from the proxy. Actually pounce on a couple tanks, but there's so many reinforcements. Kimura is an unstoppable force at this point in the game. And Warnis is going to tap out. It's going to be another series 2-0 in favor of Team GOSU. We're going to head into this next series. It's going to be Kazuiii against FridgeRaider. FridgeRaider is in the chat. I see FridgeRaider in like every Brood War streams chat. Like Tasteless, Artosis, BSL, like all the CPL casts. This guy is a fan of Brood War. FridgeRaider is an Artosis mod. How did a Protoss become a mod in the stream of Artosis? Like, does Artosis know? Have you just been lying to him the whole time? He's Terran before? That's even worse. Like, right? Like, if you leave Terran, that's much worse. Alright, here we go. In the top right, in the magenta Protoss, it's Nam FridgeRaider. In the bottom right, in the blue Zerg, it's Kazuiii. Alright, so Kazuiii, I know I've seen her in CPL before. So I'm curious to see what openers we're gonna have here. I feel like for a long time PvZ has been like gateway expand against hatchery first, but it's, especially in tier 2 and tier 3, we do see forge expand again. Or I guess I really left like tier 2 and tier 3, and that means that we see different openers for Zerg. And I know, like, I'm so used to dealing with like 12 hatch and 11 hatch that I get confused when I see an overpool and I'm like, is this 9 pool? Is this 6 pool? Is this 12 pool? I don't know. I have completely lost my ability to suss that out. And it is going to be overpool here from Kazuiii, and I believe a forge. Yeah. By the way, I really like the fact that this pylon is not in the middle of the choke. Like, so many times we see Protoss, like, they have the pylon here and then goons still can't get out of their base. I didn't know you could put it this far to the right. That's pretty sick. I'm going to be doing this. I've been putting it here, but I think this is probably better. So nice SimCity here from FridgeRaider. Well, the probe is being annoying in the main, but I think this drone is going to get this natural off. By the way, this is a nice trick you can do as Zerg to hide your drone behind the minerals. It kind of didn't pay off here because the probe is so early, but on like a 4-player map, you can put your drone out here, then the probe will come in, go to the main, and then you build your hatchery. If you just leave it here, then the probe will know that this is your base, and they'll know to block the hatch. And the nice thing is that this map is so long that FridgeRaider can afford to go Nexus before Cannon, which is really nice. Trying to keep this scanning probe alive long enough to see what the tech choice is from Zerg. It's absolutely critical in this matchup for Protoss to see that. So he gets this third down. Overlord wanders dangerously close to the cannon. And I believe that this gateway is placed correctly, but I know if you have it slightly off, then Lings can run by it. At least at this base. I think if the gateway is too far up, Lings can run by it. Probe goes to confirm the third and then comes back in. I think it might have done the trick where you shift Q the drill to get back in here. Very nice touch. Oh, no. That's not what happened. Probe, stay alive. Does see the first 100 gas go into that layer. Now we could see some mind games here out of Kazuiii, especially if this probe goes down. That report started here for FridgeRaider. Now, okay, are we gonna see some shenanigans? I think not. I think it is gonna be looking like a 3-hatch Spire into 5-hatch Hydra kind of play. I guess Probe is still going to get back in here. Going to confirm no cancellation. What's the tech going to be here from Protoss? I think we want to see that Stargate. Range. I was like, where'd the gas go? Okay, so I have heard about this build. I have tried it a few times. It's been kind of meh. I think I saw at least one other CPL game with this. It's gonna be like 4 or 5 gate goon, and I'm interested to see how this works out. Especially like against Spire. Like I'm worried the mutas will just like outmaneuver the goons. I was told that it's more to do with Hydra. It's more like to surprise the Hydra player. What is Zerg gonna do about it? Is Zerg gonna know about it for a while? I mean, we saw the one goon. The goon is unusual at this point in the game, right? Oh my god. Hello, over here. Okay, so 4 gateways have been proxied here. I was wondering, like, what is going to come out of here for FridgeRaider. So I guess we're going to just mass proxy goons here. Is they're going to have any idea this is coming. So the fact that there's 2 goons is definitely weird. One sometimes to kill the Overlord. Okay, 3. Okay, so you know that goons is what's coming out. Do you expect there to be 4 more gateways here? Probably not. So far the build looks completely normal from Zerg. Getting a lot of extra lings. Probably in anticipation of what's coming. 7 drones. That might come back to hurt Kazuiii here. Oh, but the lings do manage to get the main. Oh. They think they can get through, but they can't. And that gives the probes the time to block. That's amazing. I cannot believe that. Even putting the pylon block, which actually will not stop Link from getting in, by the way. Like, Link can totally run in this gap. But anyway, Protoss is saved from a terrible fate there. And the goons are going to head here right to the natural. The Sunkens are just now coming up, but Sunkens are not that good against goons. Goons are much better at sniping down these Sunks. I think Zerg is caught completely off guard. Those 7 drones could have been like 7 Hydras that might have had Might have stood some chance here. Look at this. Look, like, Suggins are like godlike against zealots, but goons are so good at just focusing them down. Do you want to bring these all of these reinforcements over though? There you go. Gets those Suggins down. The Hydra's showing up from the third, but if the Zerg army keeps coming in these small numbers, like this is the kind of fight that this goon style wants. Like Hydras beat goons once they get to that critical mass, but the small numbers, like the higher range and higher HP of the goons, really pays off here. Oh my god! Finally, the reinforcements showing up, and like this is gonna be so depressing for Zerg. They're gonna be like, okay, it's only like 4 goons. I'm good, and then 8 more goons show up out of nowhere. Oh my god! We got a battery and a cannon outside the Zerg base. Kazuiii is going to tap out here. FridgeRaider takes game 1 here with a very cool proxy 4-gate goon game. A goon game. So pretty sick. And that doesn't seem like the kind of thing you can pull off twice. We're going to see what happens here in game 2 on Polypoid. Once again, in the magenta Protoss, in the top right of Polypoid, it's FridgeRaider. And in the top left, in the black Zerg, it's Kazuiii. Alright, so what is FridgeRaider going to do this time? I don't know, like, do you go for the goon thing again? I mean, I guess if it worked, you might as well do it, but I think it's unlikely that Kazuiii would drone that hard after that happened in game 1. Oh. Alright, well, it's going to be something different because it's going to be a 1-base build out of FridgeRaider. Does not want to play a standard PvZ. Can't say that I blame him. Going to be another overpool build from Kazuiii. His drone. There we go. The drone decides to lie down there, make that pool. Okay, so there is a 1-base version of the goon thing. You like 3-gate goon. There's a lot of 1-base builds that Protoss can do. Is it going to be 2-gate goon, or a 2-gate zealot, or 2-gate goon, or 1-gate tech? It is going to be that 2nd gateway with this probe headed down here. And this is how you know that FridgeRaider has been in the stream of Tasteless, because he goes 2-gate zealot every PvZ. And you know, this can be hard to deal with for the Zerg. It requires them to have experience with this build. If the Zerg just tries to get their third base, they can get overextended. It's going to take a while for Zerg to figure out what's going on. We have this drone scout going to head out here. Looks like the drone scout actually went diagonal to check the middle. I didn't notice that while it was going on, but definitely a smart thing to do here. Yes, FridgeRaider is going to find the Zerg just as these legs pop. Don't want this probe to die. Oh no, it gets caught by the drone. Savage. No scouting for the Protoss. And Zerg is going to find these 2 gateways and probably be very frustrated. This is not a fun build to deal with. Alright, we do want to see these zealots move out. There you go. Moving out with the first 3 zealots. Going to force a lot of lings out of Zerg. So the way that this works is like, even if the Zerg holds off the Zealots, they have to spend so many larvae on Lings that the Protoss is going to get ahead on workers, because Protoss can make Zealots and Probes at the same time. And we have what I believe is the right response. At least this is what beats me when I go for 2-gate, is when the Zerg gets their third hatchery, not at their third base, but just in the choke of their natural to help defend. You get like a Sunk and a bunch of Lings, and then the Protoss can't really move into you. But for now, without the Sunk here, the Protoss is going to be able to threaten the Zerg, and actually somehow manages to wiggle their way up the ramp here. Looks like Kazuiii might have been trying to threaten a counter-attack. Oh my god, look at this. 2 Zealots on the ramp while their buddy goes into the mineral line. Drones have not been pulled quite yet. 2 drones go down already, so even if these Zealots do get cleaned up, this is a lot of damage on the Zerg. Look at this at the worker counts. It's 9 to 17, and this Zealot's still going? He's gonna get another drone? No, it does get pulled to the natural quite nicely. And there's more Zealots coming. Now, one thing about this 2-gate build is like it's really all about momentum, so losing your Zealots does hurt you a lot, even if it is a good trade. Like, it's gonna make each successive wave of Zealots weaker. It's a lot more threatening if you can't keep them alive, but still a good army count from both players. Speed is almost done for Kazuiii. Ooh, and definitely gonna just go threaten a counterattack, but FridgeRaider is keeping the rallied Zealots on the ramp. Should be enough to block that. There's still so many Lings here. Out of Zerg. Ooh. Trying to go for the ramp again, and does get it off, but there's just one of the Zealots falls down immediately. I don't think there's going to be another opportunity to just clear out the drone line. By the way, looks like we saw... No, we did not see much of a fight here. Looks like Kazuiii turned around. But not before another drone falls down to the Zealot. Another 2 drones! And these Zealots, they're just clicking on them drones, man. Ooh, and oh boy. So we have a Stargate coming out of FridgeRaider. You can see there's no tech for Zerg. Like, gas was stopped after speed started. It looks like it's just now being pulled back. One way that Zerg can beat this is if they get really fast Muta. But given how this game has gone, like, FridgeRaider is going to have this Stargate much earlier. And there's not even Hydras, so like these Corsairs could kill every Overlord. Wow, look at this. Like, I saw in the chat people are debating who's ahead. I was going to say Protoss, and then Zerg just made a bunch of drones to get back up. So that feels pretty good. But this Corsair is going to have a lot of time to kill Overlords here. And FridgeRaider is gearing up to take an expansion, getting a second Forge and a Gateway. Maybe not going to expand here. Maybe just going to continue to power up on one base here while looking like an expansion. Alright, man, the Hydrogen builds fast. So not as much time to kill Overlords as I thought. But these Crusaders are still going to keep Hydras pinned in the base of Zerg. Yeah, okay, we're not getting an expansion here. This is just like set up to look like the Protoss is expanding while they're going for a +1 speed attack, I think. No, this Overlord went the wrong direction. Flies away from the protection of the Hydras. Leaves Kazuiii supply blocked. Trying to hide a third base on the map. The Zealots are moving out. Seems like Zealots might be aware of this third base. Maybe one of the Corsairs flew over it while I wasn't looking. Not sure. Maybe just star sensed it out here. And there we go. The third base is found. And this many Zealots is going to force a cancel. Spire is started, by the way, in the main of Zerg. I guess we do have a Nexus, so clearly I have no idea what I'm talking about. Alright. Oh, looks like that hatchery was canceled. The drone just gets out of there. Nice reaction from Kazuiii. In the meantime, these Hydras are trying to threaten a counterattack, but with the Zealots heading straight for the Zerg National, they have to come back. Oh man, these Corsairs are doing so much work. Like, Kazuiii can't afford to just bring all the Hydras into the main while these Zealots are bearing down on them. So Zerg is supply blocked again. One of the Corsairs does fall down, but I think this Overlord is going to be doomed. Very nice. Nice play here from FridgeRaider and from Kazuiii as well. He's taken a lot of damage here, but is still in the game. Like, the worker count is about even. The Protoss Natural was heavily delayed. Going to aim for the much easier to defend third base here on the mineral high ground, and I think this hatchery can be like here. Right, or like maybe here. Like, I think this hatchery is definitely misplaced. Kind of unfortunate. Speed is done for the Zealots. They're going to run around the map here, look for hidden bases. And Corsairs, so much value. Like, I think we've seen like 5 or 6 Overlords fall down here. It's some big value. And the scouting information, keeping the Hydras pinned at home. Forcing Scourge, which is not where you really want your gas to be going right now when you're trying to deal with this 2-gate build. Oh, but the Scourge being put to cut out the Corsairs. Are they going to make the connection? Not quite. Oh, we got Storm started here for FridgeRaider, so starting to look like a more normal game here. If you just don't look at the timer. This third base is going to finish for Kazuiii. Poor Gerard is being bullied by these Hydras. We do have a lot of Hydras coming out here for the Zerg. And not that many Zealots, because while they have certainly traded favorably, they haven't killed in these fights. So I think we could have a scary period of this game where we need some really good storms out of FridgeRaider, but provided that happens, I think Protoss is pretty comfortable with this game right now. We're even getting +1 attack on the Scourge, or on the Corsair to deal with the Scourge. Yeah, this hatchery is definitely too far away from the minerals. Just a bit unfortunate for Zerg. The players really getting into those upgrades. FridgeRaider taking advantage of the double forge here. Ooh, and is already on 1-1, so we're gonna get 2-2 on Protoss in a few minutes here, and Zerg is just now working on 1-1. FridgeRaider definitely gonna maintain that upgrade lead, and also, I guess, gonna try to sneak a base in the bottom right. Oh my god, it's so ballsy. Like, just take this one. Like, you're already gonna have to defend this high ground. You might as well get a base out of it while you're there. With the robo coming up, I think this is a sign that we might have a push from FridgeRaider soon. Observers, we can deal with lurkers, which we also see coming in the production pipeline for Kazuiii, as well as a 4th base here. Zealots again headed down the map. Ooh, the SirGlinG finds the attempt at the base in the bottom right. The Zealots are going to go try to save that. Probe might go down in the meantime. And by the way, this Windling will absolutely kill this cannon. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. He just straight up killed it. But the real story is that the probe and the zealots are still here. Probe going to try to build some cannons up on the high ground. We have a force of hydras heading down there. There's no storm there, so these hydras are going to be able to take that out, I think. What kind of reaction is that going to force out of FridgeRaider? FridgeRaider going to try to defend that base or try to attack the Zerg? I feel like FridgeRaider might be like psyching out Kazuiii here while getting this base though. I like the lurker on the ramp, try to save the wounded hydras. Oh my god. The FridgeRaider is like really selling this. Oh my god. And Lurker X actually keep the hydras out. That's amazing. Are we not going to cancel this cannon? No. Alright, so that potential base is shut down. This one is getting ready. Corsairs are still looking around on the map. Both players' worker counts are pretty low for all the nonsense that's gone on in this game. And it's not an observer first out of that Robo. It is a shuttle with 2 High Templar. There were Scourge earlier, but they have not been remade. So this drop, I think, is going to have free reign to get in here. Oh, space at the 3 o'clock might not be as free as I thought it was. At the same time, though, there is a single zealot discovers the 4th base of Zerg at the 9. There you go. 10 zealots save that base. The shuttle with the storm drop is waiting the opportune moment. These lurkers, I don't know what they're doing. Maybe trying to like hold position lurkers in the mineral line first or something. Before the pros can build a base there. Now, Hive Tech is done for Zerg. Hive Tech completely changes this matchup. We're going to see Krakens come out. Oh my god. Huge storm drop. And that's just the one Templar gets 10 kills. The second one is ready to go. Oh god, these drones get real confused on the Sim City. That Templar is going to hang out. This guy's going to go to the 3rd base, and there's nothing here to stop this. Oh god, there's so much clumping. Wow, nice one there. So 19 kills so far, and this Templar is just hanging out. He's about to get 75 energy. Yes! Oh my god, another 5 kills. Absolutely disgusting. I think the shuttle got shot down, but absolutely amazing storm drop. The Scourge are back, just too late. You need to transfer some probes to the Sir base, get that probe production working. Look at this. Zerg just sits there and builds like 10 drones. And FridgeRaider has, you know, despite these drops and these Corsairs, has not been very active with the army for a while. So I think this is why Kazuiii feels safe in droning right now. And with these lurkers set up, these ones might be on hold position, but like it's not actually that good. It's not that good versus Protoss because, of course, we're gonna have these observers with the army. But like with a line of lurkers here, because we might have a chance of defending. And Morlings are headed to the bottom right, it looks like. Of course, there's no actual base there, just a probe and a zealot for some reason. Alright, well, here we go. And the army of FridgeRaider is moving out, though. The supply is very close. The Zerg is actually up on workers right now, but these 2 lurkers are out in the front. Do get caught. What kind of storms are we going to see here? More overlords are in danger. Oh my god, that was like every Hydra caught in one storm. army here from FridgeRaider, I think, is just going to roll over these defenders. Well, here we go. We have this couple Hydras on the high ground. They get stormed immediately. They storm all over everything. Wow, look at the upgrades, though. It's 3-2 for Protoss and only 1-1 for the Zerg. Big upgrade difference. The army is mostly... It's these 4 Templar and a few goons. Which is be pretty fragile, but I think Zerg is broken at this point. Yeah, storm the drones, please. One of these guys has storm. Kazuiii taps out, and FridgeRaider is going to take another 2-0. This time in favor of Team Lettuce attack here. Gonna get close to evening it out, so we're gonna head into that last series. I did not do the series score. Man, how bad is the overlay? That started really good for Protoss in that fight. We're gonna see another PvZ here in this last series, SirGlinG and Leonix. Oop, hold on. There we go. Alright, in the top right of Butter, in the Black Zerg, it's Leonix fighting for Team Lettuce attack. And in the bottom right, in the yellow Protoss, it's SirGlinG, aka Leaf Reward Person. Some kind of reference here I'm missing. Now we know that Leonix and FridgeRaider are on the same team. So, do you think that Leonix got a lot of practice against the 4-gate goon build? A proxy 4-gate goon build? I can't imagine that we're going to see that again. Looks like it'll be a forward expand out of SirGlinG. Get this probe scouting already. And it looks like it'll be an overpull, perhaps, out of Leonix. Maybe a entry first. FridgeRaider says that he played normal in practice games, didn't want to run practice with weird builds. It looks like it is going to be a 11 hatch here for Zerg. So there could be a cannon rush. I think it was an ASL we saw like a pylon here and a pylon here. You can put like 2 or 3 cannons back here. It's pretty sick. It's much harder to glitch drones through. But is SirGlinG going to go for that? No, SirGlinG is going to go Nexus before Forge. I think we saw a Forge and it was canceled. So definitely taking advantage of the scouting information from this early scout here. Gotta rebuild that Forge real quick. So probably no extreme damage on either side from this early game. We're gonna head straight into that mid game, I imagine. A pretty quick third here for the Leonix, who of course has seen this wall and this was going on. Who actually, technically, maybe didn't see the Nexus. I think the Overlord actually did. Yeah, I think the Overlord would have gone down and seen that. Oh my god, the gas seal? Is this even good? Is this even worth it? Like, I don't know. With the links already there, they forced to cancel on that gas. It's only a few seconds at most. The gas is delayed. But like, if Zerg was really worried about it, they just take the gas at their natural rate. Alright, so far continuing to be a normal looking game here, just with quick expansions from both players. Waiting to see what the tech choices are from both sides. Now this gas being delayed, even if just a little bit, could trigger Leonix to do like a Hydra bust or something, just you know, as retribution. Oh, and as I say that, the Hydra then goes down. The probe is not going to see that. Alright, so what are we getting out of SirGlinG? Core is done. You want to get that tech started as fast as possible. Don't matter what it is here. There we go. We do have that Stargate. So it's still handy to have a Stargate against 3-hatch Hydra. Because you want to be able to see, you know, what the larvae are being spent on. And of course, the Corsair can get there and see the Hydras. I'm worried about... The Stargate was like 10 or so seconds late. That could absolutely be the difference here. But it looks like it's not really going to be like an all-in Hydra bust, given that we had this 4th hatchery coming up in the natural. So maybe turning this into more of like a low gas Hydra-min build rather than the 973. Yeah, I mean, and we also have more than 3 dreads in the third, so not going to be any kind of all-in with these Hydras. Now with the late Corsair, SirGlinG wants to get a bit of an early scout off, or maybe just try to take some pressure. Did that Overlord die to the cannon? No, okay, here it is. Ooh. And the Hydras catch these Zealots, so these Zealots are done for, but scouting the Hydras is definitely going to be handy for Protoss. Are they still going to get a drone? Why are these Hydras stuck on the ramp? Oh my god. Ridiculous. They're just right-clicked on the drone trying to get there as hard as they can. Definitely want to see some cannons here. Oh, and the way that these cannons are placed, I mean, these buildings are dead, right? Hydras are going to have absolutely free reign to kill those. Well, actually, I guess the Hydra range is not quite done yet. So Hydra's getting a bit too far forward, but here we go. In this position, they can take down both these buildings. If the Forge was focused, this +1 attack might not finish. As it is, I'm not sure. It seems like most of the fire's on the gateway. But then, as soon as the gateway dies, they're gonna go. They're gonna go in on the Forge, surely, right? Don't let the +1 finish. Come on. Meanwhile, the Corsair is hanging around. Be able to see what is going on in the main base of Zerg. Is this really going to finish? Is this really going to finish? Oh my god, it just barely finishes. Right as Leonix changes their mind and focuses down the Forge. That's crushing. It's like, I don't even know how much of a difference it's going to make, but it's definitely going to be really upsetting to Zerg if they know. Now we have quite a few cannons being built here. What is going on behind that? We do have Storm coming, and more gateways, and even a second forge already done to get that armor upgrade. Very nice here from SirGlinG. Alright, seems like Zerg might be going in here. This is quite a few Hydras. Storm is not done yet. No probes are being pulled. All the zealots are dead from that little adventure earlier. Is this just it? It's just Hydra Man coming in here? Oh my god, the Templar had to form and Archons to stay alive. When behind Dark Shrine, baby. When you're about to lose the game, just make a bunch of DTs. And is there even an Overlord nearby? There's a bunch of drones for some reason. There's one very slow Overlord. Two very slow Overlords trying to get across the map. But I think even if these DTs kill this whole army, Protoss is still really far behind. Gonna make quick work of these Hydras, but they are gonna run away and retreat to the detection of the Overlords. There's a cannon up here by the gateways for some reason. Leonix might have done it here. We're even getting lurker contained, like a lurker aspect, and like I hate being lurker contained. I can't even imagine the absolute misery of being lurker contained when you're on one base. Oh my god, Corsairs trying their hardest to kill this Overlord. Let the DTs do their work. Templar are gonna try to hide behind all these gateways to build up energy, but I think the Hydras are gonna blast you here. Look at the DTs, they're heading down here. There's still this Overlord. And Overlord speed is almost done. I don't know, is 4 storms going to be enough? The first storm is absolutely huge. Oh my god, 7 kills on that Templar. Oh, this one has the energy, but he's too far forward. He gets another nice storm up. Third storm. These storms have been absolutely huge. The Corsairs get picked off. No, he storms the Overlord. Now the last DT can go in. Oh, but there's a second Overlord. Not today, Protoss. Meanwhile, Zerg is just continuing to build up at home. I like how all of these Hydras are here in case any DTs got out or anything like that. Well, SirGlinG is going to tap out, and that's going to give the first game here to Leonix. All right, this could be the last game of the night here. Leonix takes this, it will end up being a 2-2 draw here in the Tier 2 section for these two teams. And back to Polypoid. Now, are we going to get a Game 3 tonight? So far, they've all been 2-0s. All right, here we go. In the red, Protoss in the top right. SirGlinG. And the bottom right, in the blue Zerg, Hydra Man themselves, it's Leonix. I seriously think that like that gas steal just triggered Leonix to go for all the Hydras. Like that is what ended up killing poor SirGlinG. We've already seen 2-gate on this map once today, but it seems like SirGlinG is going to go for the standard Forge Expand again. Now there is a trick you can do when you scout this probe. it can go here, and then like it'll get here at about the same time that the Overlord would, right? So that way, if it is here, you go to the bottom right. If it's not, then you go to the top left. So the way that SirGlinG is doing it is fine. Just something that I think about. Of course, then I have a game where I'm relying on the Zerg doing that, and they just scout in the opposite direction. So I can't rely on the not seeing the Overlord. It's not going to be a Nexus before Forge this game, but Leonix is still going to get the hatchery first. And even has to be a cannon before Nexus because SirGlinG does not find the Zerg in time. Alright, here comes the probe now. Are you going to gas steal again? That's what I want to see. Oh, he's going for it. Nope, the probe pulls away. I mean, gas isn't going to be taken for a long time anyway. Well, I guess it would normally be taken around by now, but Leonix probably going for another like 4 or 5 hatchery before layer kind of build. Meanwhile, everything coming up normally in the Protoss base. Ooh, and the probe trying to get back into the main gets denied by these links. Very unfortunate. Oh my god, it's Hydras again. Now, is this going to be a more normal look in 973 or something else? Something that we saw in game 1. And SirGlinG really struggled with those Hydras. Like, it's hard to do, but like it's such a fine balance between making cannons and making gateways. One of the reasons that I like gate expand is like you get to start making zealots earlier, and so like it's conceivable that you could make enough zealots to fight like the first wave of Hydras. Like you're not gonna fight like all 24 Hydras that we saw the bust happen with, but like you fight the first couple, and then it makes it harder for Zerg to get that critical mass in the first place. And we're actually not seeing a tech at a Protoss. Just seeing a second gateway. There we go. So just getting the Stargate a little bit later than normal. But again, like I'm worried about doing that because if we're using it for scouting, like those seconds matter, right? Like we can see that the Hydra speed is already done. So I'm worried that this Corsair will not have any time to get any scouting information. The 7 Hydras are in production. Yeah, I think we're just gonna see another Hydra bust here. Like, SirGlinG is not have a good chance of figuring out. Maybe could get to this base, see these Hydras here, but no, they're even gonna leave. Just precious seconds that Protoss will not be in the know here. We're not even getting a Corsair at Stargate because we're supply block. I get supply block at 42 so often. There you go. These 2 Zealots do force all of these drones to retreat. Looks like they got one of them too. Very nice. But Hydras are still here. There's only one cannon done. This one's just barely started. Like, these Hydras could absolutely just right-click on this cannon, especially with these Lings. No probes being pulled or anything like that. The probes are pulled, but I think it's too late. The cannon's going to go down. These cannons are never going to finish in a million years. I don't know. I think we're just going to see Hydra Man win the day again. We do. SirGlinG taps out. Leonix takes a very quick series, and that's going to end the series 2-0 in favor of Leonix and tie this group up 2-2. All right. So thank you for watching, everybody. Those were some good games. I can't believe that they were all 2-0s. So, as I say, if you enjoyed this, go ahead and give me a follow. I'm doing these casts every Monday, and occasionally I join the main crew on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and you should definitely tune into the official stream for that. We have all kinds of other casters, like we have Vier and Simo and Forte, and we have Dada and Maxixa on the weekends as well. Always cool to see. Now I'm going to find somebody to raid. And we're done. Oh, we got Escalade. We're gonna raid him. Was he like in the chat earlier? Alright guys, go say hello to Escalade. And have a good night.